Sawadee Kap. Welcome to the YouTube channel. Wrestling coach Frank Hickman with my trusty sidekick, Shay. Been in the game for a long time with Shay. We're here to talk about the Chimaev versus Du Plessis middleweight championship belt in the UFC this past weekend in Chicago. Was a great fight, especially from a wrestling standpoint, grappling mindset. If that's what you're into, this is what we thought we were going to see, and it is what had delivered. Going into this fight, I did think it was going to be a bit more competitive, but I also thought that if Chimaev wanted to do what he did, he was very capable of doing that. I think Chimaev's wrestling pace, his pressure, his cardio is next level, and you really have to have a high engine and a high gas tank and a high output to be able to compete and keep up with what he's able to do and what he's able to put out. Yeah, so again, before we get into it, I want to make one thing clear. Shay and I aren't world championship level fighters. Take that for what you will. Everything we're saying here is just based off of our own opinion. I don't need nobody saying, meet me outside, shit like that. It's all for a bit of a chat and a bit of a breakdown, yeah? So we'll get into it. The one thing that I do like about Chimaev that he's really good at is most people shoot and they can penetrate like this, boom. Chimaev's very good at penetrating, hitting his knee. He's so fast with it as he pushes off this back foot. By the time he shoots and makes contact, his shoulder's buried and he's stuck on your hips. So when you try to sprawl and you react, you're sprawling, he's already getting the corner. So as he shoots here, he's able to get behind before you even know really how to sprawl or what to sprawl, okay? So again, as he kind of like disguises it, sometimes he threw the jab or he'll just like pump and then he goes, right? I think his fastest takedown was within like 8 seconds. And the slowest one was within like 18 seconds. So again, as he shoots, we'll get down here and we'll freeze. Boom, he gets here. Now, again, even though Shay sees it kind of coming, he's hard to react. I've already got him beat. Even if he's trying to sprawl, I'm bringing my feet through. And now I'm able to get behind him. Now what old mate Dricus did was as he shot, he stayed on the neck, right? So we went here and he was trying to stay on the neck. Boom, as he went behind, he kind of cleared it. And he took care of that situation. Wasn't much there. Obviously from there, he got there and he got to the crucifix 2 times, maybe 3 times for sure. So he was really good at penetrating to get that corner. Again, as he shot, boom, he was here. Hard to stop, right? What Dricus should have been able to do, easier said than done. What he should have been able to do is here, he was gonna try to roll his head, stuff his head, and then get his weight over top and around and kind of make and force Chimaev in a front headlock position where he sprawled out, right? If he can't roll the head, he's going to kind of circle out, pull this side up to an overhook, and here. And then he can cover his head, boom, pull, try to get behind, try to push him up, do whatever he can. Again, if he could have rolled, great. If he can't, maybe he bumps and pulls him up, boom, and tries to get here in frame and get back to the underhook, right? Obviously with Chimaev's squeeze, it was pretty good. The one time he did come up, went here, boom, and he's just breaking him down. Again, his top pressure in that field that he's had in those situations, in those positions for so many years is incredible, right? Once he got on top of him, right, even if Shay's on his hands, he's just applying pressure on top of his hands and he's making him carry all his weight. He's locking his hands, he's not locking his hands. His hands are in his thigh. He's draping to one side and he's just sagging. So as he's trying to come up, I'm just putting the weight here. I'm just sagging and dragging, right? I can hop sides. I can get my knee in there. I can block. He does this knee block really nice. And he's just locking and he's just sagging. Old mate comes up. He tries to get up here. He's just pulling him back down, right? He's getting to his wrist. He's staying on top. If he can't get this wrist and he fights back and gets his hands back, he's back up on it. And he's back up putting his weight. He's never like this. He's never down, right? Dricus is able to kind of stand up from here much easier than if I'm on top with all my weight. Now Shay's carrying everything and I'm making myself much heavier. Again, he would step up again. Yep. He would kind of pull. Bring him down. Again, he's on here and he's just, everything's forward. Everything's forward, carrying his weight. Sometimes he'll get back here, he'll block this knee, he'll scoop this back foot, he'll punch. He starts to move, he's back on it again. If he's not punching or scooping, he's stepping on the back of this foot. He's burying, and the same thing here. He's punching, he's unlocking his hands, he's in this thigh, he's punching, he comes up, starts here, he's just dragging him down again. And I think some of that top pressure, you know, 2-3 rounds of that, it's going to really, really take a toll on you no matter who you are, you know. Obviously, Dricus comes from a bit of he's an athlete. I thought he was going to be able to do some spastic stuff to kind of get him back to his feet or stuff. He did it kind of in the 5th, but I think Chimaev was just, he knew what he had to do. And yeah, some people may call it boring, but you got to look at the end of the day, the main goal is to get your hand raised. And I think that Chimaev did a great job of that. Yeah. Yeah, I think from a challenger point of view, Chimaev coming in, everybody knew the hype was around him and he's tremendously good at what he does. And I don't think you could have had a better performance or asked for a better performance from a challenger's standpoint than what he did. You know, out of 25 minutes, I think he had 21 plus minutes of control time. That's fucking unheard of. You know, that's insane. That number is ridiculous. I know the stat was like 530 something to like 40 something, but they were talking about only significant strikes and stuff on top. Yeah, maybe he could have like let go of some stuff and really tried to posture up and punch and try to finish Dricus or do some other stuff. But when you're in there and there's a belt on the line and there's a country behind you and there's a lot of pressure and a lot of all that, I'm sure you're going to stick to what you know. And that's what he's always done. And he's never gotten away from it. And I have to credit him for that. He did exactly what he said he was going to do and he stuck to his game plan. So from a challenger point of view, I don't know if we've seen somebody kind of dominate a champ like that in that type of fashion. You know, he just drug him to deep waters and he kept him there. So when we're on the wall, obviously when Chimaev was behind you and stuff like that, I couldn't imagine how this pressure feels, right? You're trying to stand up, he's stepping forward, he's blocking your knee, so you're carrying all his weight. Now, Dricus did a good job a couple of times. I heard his coaches yelling knee slide. He was here, he was knee sliding, but every time he tried to come up this, he was in front of him and he was dragging him down again, yeah? Oh, so then he had to kind of go again. And then one time he knee slid, Chimaev came to this side and he just switched sides, which was nice. But then he went here and he tried to knee slide. He blocked him, drug him down. A couple of times he got to his feet. He was sagging. He was trying to fight the hands. Chimaev was scooping this leg and then turning him. Boop. Back down he was. And then he was here and he was here. He was up trying to fight his hands. He was stepping, blocking his knee and bringing him down. Obviously, when Shay's behind me and he's got these hands, I'm trying to fight these hands. Obviously, I want to stay a bit low and get into the hands. I don't want to get tall. I know I'm going to get lifted. So there's a lot of shit going on and a lot of process. But when I'm fighting this hand, Shay's stepping and blocking. If I can't get this leg out and I'm fighting these hands, it's only a matter of time before I'm able to get drugged back down. That shelf life's going to be low. So he's trying to fight these hands. He's almost out. Chimaev stepping. Boom, he's back down. Now he's trying to knee slide and he's just keeping him down. Keeping him down. So from everything goes on the wall, from that point of view, like Shay was on top of me doing that. He did it perfect. Guy's trying to come up. Dricus is trying to come up. He's dragging him down. He's dragging him down. Tried to knee slide, which is a good call. That's always something to do if somebody's got weight behind you. But again, I think time wasn't on his side and the pressure. Very difficult to mimic somebody like Chimaev. Somebody who's done that his whole life. He's probably got outrageously strong grip and a cardio and a gas tank for days. So to bring somebody in to mirror that is tough. The only person I would know of would be a guy named Brock Hunter. But other than that would be difficult. That's it. Shay, you got anything?
All good. That was perfect.
That's it. We good? Cheers, boys. Hope you enjoyed it. Again, don't take anything personal. You can call us grubs. You can call us whatever. You can call us idiots. That's sweet. But you watched, so thank you.